having an affair or they're just very shy.
Hey music fans, and welcome back to Sound Lab Studios. Today we are jumping into, oh my gosh, a new millennium, the 2000s. We are leaving the 20th century and we're going into the Y2K, the year 2000, whenever everybody thought that the world was going to end because all the computers couldn't compute or whatever. But in the year 2000, we have the start of what would become probably the most popular band of that decade, Coldplay. And to help review Coldplay on this Coldplay series, we have Jason the Old Millennial and Jacob Martin. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Doing good.
We're going to start out today with their debut album, Parachutes, which was released in 2000. But before we get into reviewing that, I would like to give some background information. Alright, so Coldplay was formed in London, England in the year 1997. The members of Coldplay are Chris Martin, who is the vocalist and the piano player, Johnny Buckland, the guitar player, Guy Berryman, the bass player, and the drummer, Will Champion. They also have a fifth, quote-unquote, silent member named Phil Harvey, who's kind of like the almost George Martin of the group in the fact that he's their manager, and so he kind of gives more creative input. So how did this band come together? Well, originally a lot of them met in University College in London. Three of the members formed a trio and called themselves the Big Fat Noise before changing their name to Starfish, and then Coldplay was the name they came up with at the end because it was taken from like a book or something like that, I think. Coldplay's debut was actually an EP that was about 4 tracks called The Blue Room and featured one of the songs that's actually going to appear on this album here. The Blue Room sold about 5,000 copies and is very hard to come by. And after releasing their EP, they decided that it was time for them to record a full album. So they went into the studio and they recorded what we are going to be talking about today. So before we get into this particular album, what's your brief thoughts here on this album?
Yeah, well, I was a sophomore in high school, I think, when this came out, just to say. I knew 2 of the songs on the album when this album came out, and that was my introduction to Coldplay, and man, it blew me away. Chris Martin, he's the MVP to me. And the guitar player. I think guitar player did a really good job on the whole album, so... I'm a little mixed on some songs, but there's definitely some really, really great material here.
I was 5 years old when Coldplay released this album. I can't say like I'm a full-on diehard fan of Coldplay, but the songs I've heard, some of the big hits, are really, really good. As for my thoughts on this album, I think it's a pretty good start. I think there's a good mix of styles on this album that are really cool, but it makes me curious to check out more Coldplay after listening to this album, so I'll give it credit for that.
For me, I think this is a really solid debut album. What I like about this is that this album has a certain kind of a warm vibe to it, that just very almost acoustic guitar driven a lot of the time with a little bit of clean electric guitar sprinkled in there. It's just something you want to listen to whenever you just want to kick back and relax. That's the best way I can put it. It's a very relaxing, warm, chill album, and it provides a certain vibe that I'm just really a big fan of. So let's go ahead and get into the album. The first song on this album is called Don't Panic.
Don't Panic, I thought it was a really good start to the album. I really love the melody here. And it's interesting. This is the first song you hear, and Chris Martin, He's such a good singer. This song he sings very low, lower than he normally does. It feels like he's singing, and then all of a sudden the guitar will come in, and I love when the electric guitar comes in here. Definitely showcasing like the guitar player. I think it's got some great stuff on this album, but yeah, I love that guitar. I call it a riff. I don't know if riff is the right word because he's not playing bar chords. He's playing just like individual notes, but he's playing them like over and over again. And yeah, I really like the song. It's definitely like one of those, not a hit song, but man, I thought really good song to start the album.
Great way to start the album. This is actually a song from their Blue Room EP, but I think that the opening guitar is really cool. There's just kind of a strum, like a very syncopated, and then the drums kick in, and it's like, oh, wow, the strumming is really good on this song. And I like the melody, especially the part that goes, "We live in a beautiful world, yeah we do, yeah we do." Again, just that chill, relaxing vibe the whole way through. You're just kind of coasting along with Chris Martin doing his kind of smooth vocals there with that very tasteful guitar playing. It's really a great song. I really like this one.
Yeah, I like this one too. I think we're all in agreement on this one. I thought it was a solid way to start off the album. I like the primarily acoustic flavor of the song. I kind of wish the song kind of would go on a little bit longer though, because I was kind of enjoying the vibe on it. To where when it ends, I'm like, really, that's the end of the song? I was enjoying this, but I guess if you wanted more, I guess that's a good thing. It didn't quite make my top 5 on the album, but still a good album opener.
All right, well, we're going to go to the second song on this album. I believe this was one of the singles from this album. It's Shiver.
Yeah, I actually heard this song for the first time on Guitar Hero. It makes sense because the guitar is so good. So it makes sense that they put this on the Guitar Hero because it definitely showcases the guitar really well. One of my favorite guitar riffs that they have in the whole album come on here. And when that kicks in, that guitar riff, oh my gosh, it is so good. It hits those high notes. It's so good. And that guitar comes in, that guitar riff, as he sings like Shiver, whatever, and sings some other stuff. And yeah, it is a really good song. Definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love this one. This one is great. Some great guitar playing on here. And I like how it's got kind of that waltz feel, that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 kind of feel to it. The guitar starts out with that. Right before the chorus comes in, it's got this really cool pre-chorus where it's like he just keeps on building and building. It's like, yo, is he going to go higher? Yeah, he went higher. It's like, and then, of course, the chorus is so good. You get that guitar riff again, and it goes, "Don't you shiver?" It still has that chill vibe that I really like about this album, but this song is kind of a more frantic feel than the rest of the album. It's more upbeat, but yet it's upbeat and chill at the same time. I think that's why it's one of my favorites on this album, because they somehow managed to make a song that was upbeat and chill at the same time.
Yeah, this is the first great song on the album. I could not agree more. It's kind of cool that it uses that tempo and time signature that Scott was talking about and gives it a rocking feel to it, because usually when you think of that waltz style, it tends to be a lot slower. But this is a very upbeat, rocking song, and I really like that about the song. It's got some of Chris Martin's best vocal work on it, especially on the chorus. And the guitar work in particular is really, really good. This one did make my top 5. It's one of the best discoveries on the album for me.
All right, well, now we have track number 3, Spies.
Yeah, I thought the song was just okay. It's definitely starting to me, the first 2 songs are a little more, I mean, it's a great guitar playing, a little more rocking in some ways. And this definitely starts like this very more slower, haunting vibe that the album has a lot. And I feel like it picks up a little bit. I thought it was better when it picked up. I didn't like the slow beginning, but when it picked up a little bit, I thought it was a little bit better. So I didn't love it, but I thought it was okay.
I actually really like this song. I think it's got, again, a really cool vibe to it. This song was apparently inspired by some of the James Bond themes from the past that are kind of like a ballad, but also have kind of a haunting feel. That's why he chose the name Spies, is because he wanted to write a song that he thought sounded like or Chris Martin wanted to write a song that he thought sounded like a James Bond theme. And I like how it starts out with just the acoustic guitar and his voice. And then as the song progresses, every time he says, "They're just spies," it almost feels like it builds a little bit. Like the electric guitar comes in there, the drums come in with the electric guitar. Again, another song that's just a vibe on this album.
This is actually my pick for the best discovery on this whole album. I love this song. I love the build up to it. And that slow intro with Chris Martin singing, and then once he starts going, "Then you spy," I love when that guitar picks in with the percussion on there. I don't think I've ever heard a song so chill and so haunting at the same time. I really love that about the song. It's interesting, Scott, you mentioned that it felt like a song they could have done for a James Bond movie. This would have been way better than "Die Another Day" by Madonna, which is easily the worst James Bond song I've ever heard.
This is not enough, maybe, and "Die Another Day" there.
For "The World Is Not Enough." "The World Is Not Enough" song is okay, but this song is better than those two songs combined. I love this song. I like the chill factor, the hauntingness of Chris Martin's vocals. Yeah, excellent deep cut from Coldplay.
All right, well, the next song on this album is Sparks.
Yeah, they're really loving these one-word titles, which is interesting on this album.
Yeah.
One word. There's another one that's very slow moving, kind of like the last one, but I think even slower. And to be honest, I was kind of bored with it. It was a little too slow. And I'm starting to wish we get back to, which we will with the next song, get more rocking, I think. And I don't know. It didn't do it for me on this one.
Oh man, I couldn't disagree more. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. This was the one that really has the vibe, and this is, well, the next song too. But these next two songs are the ones that I feel have the most romantic vibe to them, and I really like that about this song. This feels like something that you could slow dance to. I like how it starts with the acoustic guitar doing that kind of descending chromatic guitar riff, that like a boom, down, down, kind of setting the tone, and then the drums and the bass come in. Oh my gosh, the bass on this is fantastic. That boom, 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 kind of a sliding bass line, and then the drums. Yeah, Jacob was saying that songs that use a waltz time signature usually are a lot slower. This is one of them. I love the drums on this, though, with a boom, boom. Like I said, this just feels like a song that you can slow dance to. Such a romantic, vibey song. I'm going to use the word vibey a lot in this video, aren't I? That's why I like this album, is because this album is a vibe.
All right, so I wasn't expecting this to be on the divisive one, so that's tend to say a lot. Am I with Scott or am I with Jason on this one? Well, I tend to lean more with Scott on this one. It's not my favorite song on this album. That's why I say I'm probably more, I guess, in the middle on it, but I lean more with Scott. I do like the production on this song a lot, especially that chill vibe that this song has. I don't think the song stands out to me compared to some of the best songs on the album, but I still thought it was pretty good when I listened to it. The guitar work on here is pretty good in particular. I'd still say this is an honorable mention because I really like the production on it.
All right, well, our next song on the album is one of the singles, and this was Coldplay's breakthrough hit and possibly their most well-known song. It's between this, Clocks, or Viva La Vida. Yellow.
Yeah, this was really, the big hit that came off this album that really was on the radio and people talked about. And definitely one of the early songs that I heard from Coldplay. And man, is this song rocks and yet is kind of beautiful at the same time. It's like a ballad and a rock song all in one or something. I'm so impressed with how they did the song because I love this beginning with that again, that guitar playing. So like I was thinking like, Don't Panic, Shiver, I really love the guitar playing. And then he took the night off in the last two songs, and then he came back with Yellow. I'm like, yes, bring back that guitar playing. I love it. When he starts in, oh man, that beginning is just so. It's I don't know. I had my headphones in, and man, I it just such a delight, to listen to that and hear all those sounds in my ears and go, oh my god, this is so cool. It rocks. And then it stops, and then he gets into look at the stars, and it's like this really beautiful melody, and I'm like, okay, it's not a rock song anymore. Now it's like this kind of beautiful, kind of almost ballad or something. I don't know what to call it. And then when the guitar kicks back in, when he gets into like the chorus, whatever, oh my gosh, it is so good, and it's definitely, I would say, like maybe the best chorus on the whole album. One of their best choruses that they've come up with. That I know we're going to talk about. Your skin is beautiful. Whatever it goes into. And then I love how it, like, everything kind of cuts out, and he says something like something dry, and then the guitar hits you back, and you're like, oh my god, that guitar really punches you when it comes in, and it's like, it's awesome. I love the rocking part, I love the slow part. It's just a really cool song.
First time I ever heard this song was at an arcade. I was playing Guitar Hero, and someone picked this song. And I did not remember anything about the song other than it starts with acoustic guitar and it gets electric. Well, fast forward a lot of time into the future, in college, people are starting to say, hey, you ever listen to Coldplay? They're really good. And that was in my everything after 1989 sucks phase. And I was like, no, Coldplay is terrible. It's because I never even really listened to them. I just like knew some of the song titles. I was like, what is this? The Scientist? Because I heard somebody mention The Scientist like at a school or something. Like, that's the stupid name for a song. Or like Fix You, what does that mean? That's a stupid name for a song. So I was like, Coldplay sucks. We're like, well, have you ever listened to them? And I'm like, no. They're like, well, you ever listen to Parachutes? It's a good album. Someone said that, and then a few weeks later, I was in a music theory class, and the professor was like, I want you to just listen to this song, not to analyze it or anything, but just because this song came out when I was young, and I want you guys to kind of just listen to it and listen to the production of it and stuff like that. And he played Yellow, and I was like, well, this doesn't suck. This is actually an amazing song. And that was kind of my introduction to this song. But man, such a good song. I love how it starts with the acoustic guitar just going dum, dum, bum, 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 and then the electric guitar kicks in with those bends. And the drums are very good as well. And then it all kind of just scales back whenever he sings, so look at the stars, look how they shine for you in everything you do. And then like pretty much every other line in this song is it was all yellow or they were all yellow. But it's just kind of a playful little romantic song. I like the story behind this song as well. Whenever they were in the recording studio, they felt like they didn't really have a song on the album that was a big hit. Mm-hmm. And so whenever they took a break, they went outside, and their fifth silent member, Phil Harvey, said, gents, look up at the stars and look at how they're shining. And Chris Martin took a note of that and was like, that could be a good line for the song. It's almost like, say that again? Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. Say that again? Almost like a cheesy line from a biopic or something. But I love it. I love that it kind of goes back and forth between acoustic and electric. I like kind of the bouncy guitar sounds on here, very reminiscent of The Edge from U2. It's a great song. I love the melody. I just love everything about this song. It's just a feel-good song. Like Jason was saying, put some headphones on, lay down, relax, and just let the sounds of this song just swirl around your head.
All right, Yellow. This is the only song I knew from this album going in. And this is obviously one of their biggest hits. I actually first discovered this song by accident because I didn't know about it for the longest time. But I stumbled upon it accidentally on Spotify one time, and I was hooked on the song ever since. Ever since I've listened to it. This is a really good early Coldplay song. I think if you want a good proof to show that you can do a great rock song even after like the peak of the classic rock era, this is a good song to show people too, because it's got those great guitar chords on it. It's got some really cool lyrics in there that feel nonsensical at first, like at the stars, look how they shine for you. It was all yellow,
What does
but
that mean?
I don't get what I didn't really get what that means. But I've
The
looked it
stars
up.
are yellow.
Apparently, the song reflects the state of mind that the band members were in at the time, which was, oh, let's just put on a good catchy song and and make it rock. I really like that about the song. Pretty good little song. Probably some of Chris Martin's best vocal work, especially in the verses. And then when he hits some of those higher notes, it's like really unique sounding dude. Like I'm not gonna say, oh, he sounds just like all the other rock singers. No, he stands out, and I do really like that. But yeah, this is a good song. Definitely one of my favorites on this album, and I can see why this was their breakout hit.
All right. Well, that's the end of the first side of the cassette tape, I guess. As it's the first side of my record here. Our next track is going to be another one of the singles, and that is Trouble.
All right, this was actually my introduction to Coldplay. This is the first song I ever heard from Coldplay, and it comes from VH1 music videos. I had never heard of Coldplay at this point or knew any of their music, but like every morning before I went to school, I would watch VH1 music videos, and they always show like, you know, new videos that were coming out and stuff like that. And I remember watching it, and all of a sudden this song came on, and I was like, what is this song? I love this haunting vibe of a song. Love the piano, love the vocals, and I just couldn't get enough of the song. Like it really stuck with me. The first time I heard it, I was like just thinking about the song, and I even looked it up, like the guitar chords on like, you know, a website, and I learned it on guitar, and I was playing it on my acoustic guitar, singing along with it, and I don't remember ever hearing it on the radio, but I was always watching the music video, and every morning I just couldn't wait to hear the video or watch that video again and hear the song again. Because at the time, you know, I didn't have, you know, iTunes or Spotify. Maybe iTunes was around, but I didn't have Spotify. I couldn't just, you know, listen to on repeat, and I didn't have the album. But I definitely one of the songs I would just be listening to on repeat. I just became really obsessed with the song, and it definitely was. Yeah, again, it was one of the songs that when I heard it, I was like, okay, who's Coldplay and how can I hear more? I want more of this. And what really gets me on the song is that piano, that dun 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 dun. Oh, I love it so much. It really hooked me right into the song. Okay, what is this? This is cool. And then it's a very kind of slow ballad type song. I said very haunting. It's beautiful. I just musically, it's just so beautiful, and I love Chris Martin's vocals here, and I love how it really shines when he's singing. You know, um, um, oh no, what's this? It's a spider web, and I'm caught in the middle. I twist and turn, and oh my gosh, he's hitting all these incredible high notes, and I thought it showcases voice so well, especially when he goes into that chorus of, "Oh, I never caused you trouble. I never meant to do you harm." He like, oh my gosh, vocally amazing. How he hits all those high notes. Like I said, I don't know, musically it's just a beautiful song, and I love the ending. The outro is so good. It's just like this piano. It's like bum 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 bum. Oh, just a beautiful outro to end it. I don't know. And we talk about vibes. This is the song that really has a credible vibe to it that I absolutely love. And I'm definitely going to talk about the song the most out of any song because this is definitely one of my all-time favorites.
Right there with you, Jason. This song is fantastic. I'm not going to talk as much about it, but well, I still want to talk a lot about it, but I love how this is more of a piano-based song. The rest of the album is kind of more guitar-driven, whether it be acoustic or clean and tone electric. This is more piano-driven. Piano provided by Chris Martin, of course. And I like that little piano thing he does at the beginning, and then everything kind of drops out. And it's just him and the piano when he sings, "Oh no, what's this? Spider web, and I'm caught in the middle." There's kind of some interesting chords that he uses there. Whenever gets to the spider web part, it's kind of an odd chord that he uses there, which is a really cool chord progression. And then I love the chorus because that's when the guitar comes in, the drums come in, the bass come in, and he sings, "Oh, I never meant to cause you trouble." Man, that's gonna get stuck in your head. And then I love the bridge where the piano is kind of just climbing and going up and then back down like a bow, 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 almost like Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, kind of just repeating those three chords over and over again. But it's just the piano, really making that vibe just stand out. Love this one. This song is fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. This is another excellent song on the album. I love the piano-driven ballad. That's the genre of this song. Another one where I'm just captivated by Chris Martin's vocals. The piano riff in particular was really, really good. The chorus was haunting. I don't really have too much to add. I think it's another great Coldplay song. It's in my top 5.
Well, we now get to the shortest song on the album. That is the title track to Parachutes, which is more just kind of like a little interlude.
By far, yeah, the shortest one. I was listening to it, and all of a sudden it was over, and the next song started, and I looked at my Spotify. I was like, did I miss something? And I had to go back and listen to it again and go, oh, I guess it's only 45 seconds long. I was a little shocked because it's the title of the album. So, yeah, there's not a lot to say about it because it's so short. And it's like a nice number, the acoustic guitar, the melody is like, it's fine. I think elongated into like a 3-minute song. He had something there. It just didn't go anywhere. So it's hard to say much about it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a fun little ditty that's there for a few seconds and then it's gone. I like the melody and I like the acoustic guitar playing. Kind of ends on a weird chord to end a song though. It's kind of like Coldplay's Her Majesty, but it's fun while it lasts. But we move on to the next song.
Yeah, I don't really get why this is on the album. Not a fan. This is like easily the biggest disappointment on the whole album.
Yeah.
They almost should have named the album Trouble or Yellow or something else. Yeah. One of the more memorable songs.
Don't panic.
Yeah, don't panic. That's a cool name for an album. Don't panic. But now we're going to get to our next song on the album. This song was actually recorded on the Blue Room EP, and this is the exact same version used on that EP. So it's a song that was recorded a full year earlier, and that is High Speed.
Yeah, for me, this was my least favorite song on the album. And I think it just didn't have anything to hook me in, like melody-wise, vocally-wise, instrumentally. I don't know. It was a little strange to me. I don't know. The song was something strange about it that it didn't feel like a normal Coldplay song to me or something. I was kind of just enjoying the drumming and not really paying attention to the song, but yeah.
So, people when this album came out accused Coldplay of being a ripoff of, believe it or not, Radiohead. And I was like, what? I don't get that comparison. Then I heard this song, and having heard Radiohead, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. Because this song sounds just like Radiohead's Subterranean Homesick Alien. Sounds almost exactly like it, with that guitar riff at the beginning. It goes, no. That sounds almost exactly like Subterranean Homesick Alien. I don't know if it's my least favorite, with Parachutes being 45 seconds, but it definitely ranks near the bottom. Like, I still enjoy it whenever it comes on. It's cool. It's just every time I hear that guitar, I'm like, Subterranean Homesick Alien.
Yeah, if I'm not counting the Parachutes, I agree with Jason. This is my least favorite song on the album. If you don't count the other song. Like, nothing really stood out on this song. Like, the hook didn't grab me. The production didn't really grab me. I just thought it was just kind of a dare song. It just felt like another, I guess, filler track on the album that didn't really stand out because they needed the 10-song mandate. If you could have cut it down, like some albums have 8 songs and it's just fine. But you gotta have the 10. 10's the magic number in the record world, CD world even. I wasn't that big on this one.
Well, our next song is "We Never Change."
This is another one where, to me, we're going back to the slow moving songs that I'm not always into. And it's like vocally, I thought it was still good. Like, I think still had some good vocal moments. Melody's like not bad. I don't know, but I still thought it was a little too slow. I was a little bored with it again. Like, there's a couple of these songs here that I wish they would have not had all these slow songs and had a little more upbeat songs on this album, but that's just me.
Yeah, apart from Parachutes, this is my least favorite song on the album. It's still good, it's just kind of a little slower compared to the rest of the album. I like the part that, like, where he sings the title, the "We Never Change." I like that part, but I don't really like the part where he's like, "I want to live in a wooden house." I'm like, I don't know. Part of me feels like that part's kind of tacky and kind of, I don't know, lazily written. Nah, this one's not my favorite.
All right. I like this one a little bit more than High Speed, but not really much. Just another kind of unremarkable song on the album. The only reason I like it a little more than the last one is I like Chris Martin's vocal delivery on the chorus, but other than that, this one really didn't do it for me either.
All right. Well, we are going to get to the album closer, "Everything's Not Lost."
Yeah, I thought this was actually a decent closer. I overall, I like the song. It starts a little slow at the beginning, but then it picks up, and I really like some of the guitar playing on here. Again, I wish it was almost more guitar playing because some of my favorite parts is songs like Shiver and Yellow, where the guitar is so good. So and it feels like we kind of go away from that for a while. And then finally, this last song, we do get a little more of the electric guitar. When I say guitar, I guess I'm talking about the electric guitar. Just so I think we do get some good electric guitar in this song, which is nice. And I thought the overall feeling of the song was very positive. It was kind of a good ending to the album. Like, it gave off kind of some positive feelings, I think, that were kind of nice. Overall, I like the song.
I really like this song. I like the piano at the beginning. Really cool chord to start the song on. And kind of just a positive message about, getting rid of personal demons. And I love the chorus, the oh yeah, oh yeah, everything's not lost. That's super catchy. I like that.
Yeah, after 3 consecutive duds on this album, I'm glad the album picked up.
Yeah,
incredibly well on the album closer, because this is one of my favorite songs on the album. I love the fact that you end on a ballad. It's got a good mix of everything that's cool about Coldplay on a production level, the good guitar work. There's a good piano on there as well. I think this might be the most anthemic out of all the songs on this album, because you could easily sing along to the chorus, which I really like, as Scott already pointed out. The message of the song is probably one of the best things about this song, and I thought it was a really awesome way to close out this album.
Well, that is going to conclude our review of Parachutes by Coldplay, the track by track. What are you guys' top 5 songs on this album?
Yeah, for me, number 5, I got Everything's Not Lost. Number 4, Don't Panic. Number 3, Shiver. Number 2, Yellow. And yeah, my number 1 is Trouble.
My number 5 is going to be Don't Panic. Number 4 is going to be Sparks. Number 3, Trouble. Number 2, Shiver. And number 1, gotta be Yellow.
All right, my top five. Number five, Everything's Not Lost. Number four, Shiver. Number three, Trouble. Can't believe I'm the only one that's got this in my top five. Number two is Spies. Love that song. And number one, I'm gonna have to go with Yellow.
Well, what about a score? What do we give this on a score from 1 to 10?
Yeah, I settled on an 8 out of 10 on this one. I think it's a solid debut, and it definitely shows their potential. I think because I think, well, when we get to the next album has some even bigger hits on it, and they're gonna have next four albums each have like at least 2 to 3 really big hits on it or whatever, and so they're definitely showcasing like they got some really good stuff. I mean, vocally and instrumentally, they're going places. I think it doesn't really have a lot of hits on here, but Yellow is obviously amazing, and then my personal favorite is Trouble, and even Shiver's really great. So the highs are really, really good. The only problem is the high speed. We never change. Sparks a little too slow for me. I wish I like a good ballad, but I don't know. I think they're even better when they're upbeat. So
I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I really like it. I mean, there's a couple songs that I don't like as much, but nothing I downright just don't like on this album. Some of the songs I think are in the like but don't love category, like High Speed or We Never Change. Like, I was talking about We Never Change had a few lines that I'm like, this isn't as good as the rest of this album, but still, it's not a bad song. It's just compared to the rest of the album. I really like most of this album, and they really only get better from here. I love all four of their first four albums, and this is actually my least favorite of their first four albums. So they really only get better from here. And I'm really excited to review the next one, Rush of Blood to the Head, because that album is, man, that one's really good.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it the same score as Jason. This is an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a really good first album. I liked a lot of the songs on here. I think it lags a little bit in the second half, especially there's a 3-song stretch in a row that I wasn't too crazy on. The Parachutes, High Speed, We Never Change. But all the hit songs are terrific. A couple really good deep cuts on the album, like Spies and Everything's Not Lost. And yeah, after listening to this album, I'm like, yeah, I can see why one, Coldplay is a well-liked band, and two, I'm excited to hear more albums from them because I'm sure they get better from here based on the hits I've heard.
Oh, they do. Just put it into perspective. The next album has The Scientist and Clocks.
Yeah, Clock has a great song.
Yeah. In my place. Yeah.
Oh, love that one. But running that through the average calculator, which I should be able to do that without a calculator because it's pretty simple, that'll give us an average of about 8.5, since we have 2 8s and a 9.
Yep.
So, pretty solid score for their first album. I definitely enjoyed this review, and I really look forward to reviewing Rush of Blood to the Head for the next album. I think Nick wants to join on that one. That album is what I like to call a modern masterpiece. So, really excited about that one. But until we review that album, check out some of our other reviews, our Foreigner videos, our Billy Joel videos, and even some of our older stuff like our Led Zeppelin videos. Until next time, remember that music is art and art is expression. Thank you very much for watching this video, and look at the stars and look how they shine for you. hidden track on this album called Life is for the Living.
Yeah, I didn't really listen to it because I saw on Spotify it said like everything's not lost, and then it said in parentheses hidden track or something like that, and I thought, oh god, not another hidden track. Like I want to hear the song.
It's not like the Damien Rice one.
It's not like that. That hidden track was crazy. That song was like 20 minutes long because of all the stupid hidden tracks on it. So that was nice. It wasn't long, and yeah, there was a big pause. I remember like the song was over and there's like a big pause. I was like, okay, there's like maybe a minute left, so I kind of just didn't listen to the rest.
I listened to it. I think it's good, but I think I do kind of regulate it just to the hidden track. Like, you don't have to listen to it. It's kind of them just playing around with accordions and stuff, kind of just almost continuing on with the theme of the song, just being like, live life and be happy, spread positivity, kind of a message. Coldplay definitely uses hidden tracks a lot, especially on their album Viva La Vida. Viva La Vida has like 3 hidden tracks that are hidden within other tracks, that like one song is like actually 2 songs, which is why it's my favorite Coldplay album, because those hidden tracks are actually really good and merit the album. This one here is just kind of a fun little thing they tack on to the end.
So I kind of did the same thing Jason did. Like when the Everything's Not Lost was over, I turned it off. Also because when I finished listening to the album, it was 5 minutes before we decided to start the stream. I'm like, oh, I got to get on here. So I didn't actually listen to it either. But I'm kind of hit and miss on hidden tracks. It's like some can actually be really good. There was one hidden track on a Hootie and the Blowfish album. I forget which one it is off the top of my head. But you have to go through. No, it's not Motherless Child. It's on a later album.
Yeah,
you have to go for like 2 minutes of silence. But then when you listen to the hidden track, it's one of the best songs on the album. But then you get like Motherless Child off of the first Hootie and the Blowfish album. It's like, yeah, there's a reason why hidden tracks are called hidden tracks for a reason. So that's kind of my 2 cents on the whole thing.
Kind of like a fun little bonus for people who have like want to discover something on the album. Not necessary, but there for people who are looking for stuff.